Hi. Today I'd like to talk about mindfulness and applying mindfulness to leadership. There's a lot of different models and theories of leadership today, and there's been even more since the 21st century came, and we're dealing with different conditions than we did in the 20th century. And some of these models are variations of previous models or updates. And to be honest with you, I think they're all good models. Really, you could select any one of those models, and if you followed it, you would probably be an effective leader or increase your leadership. Now, through the years, I've done a lot of training in leadership, and I've not once had the problem of teaching a model to the people. Or you might think, well, what about teaching people to apply a model? No, that's not a problem either. What the problem is that people are reluctant to stop what they have been doing and adopt something new. Not only that, it seems to go against human nature to operate exclusively by one model. If you think about it, that most leaders, they learn their leadership approach from experience, what they learned from leaders they followed. They might incorporate or integrate what they've read about leadership, and so they become a blend of models and styles. And not only that, personality is a factor in leadership. We can't expect a person who's very extroverted to approach leadership the same way a person who's introverted would approach it. And yet, through their own personality style, they can each be effective. Matter of fact, most people would agree that the most successful path to leadership is being authentic through a person's personality. So leaders tend to be a blend of both experiences and multiple models of leadership. In addition to this, it seems to me, anyway, that each leader thinks their circumstances are unique, and therefore, how would they know that a new leadership model might apply to their circumstance? In other words, even though leadership models are usually researched and tested, to a person trying to learn it, they don't know if it'll work for them or work for them in their circumstances. So the challenge is that people are reluctant to drop what they're doing and adopt a new style or a new approach. And because of this, many trainings on leadership, they fail, and they fail because the leaders attending the training do not change anything that they're doing as a result of the training. Now, this is one of the things that I really like about mindfulness, is that it's not a threat to a leader's existing approach. A leader does not have to drop their approach in order to incorporate mindfulness into their leadership. Not only that, mindfulness can be added not only to their existing approach, but it can be added to their existing personality. So if you look at it in this way, adding mindfulness gives a leader a path to increase their effectiveness while honoring the value of their current approach. And this is what's been missing in most leadership training. Leaders have an approach because it's been delivering results for them. It's tested and proven in their eyes. So why would they discard it for something that's new and untested by them in their circumstances? But in my experience, they are receptive to hearing about something that they can add or do in addition to what their approach already is. Now, also, mindfulness relies on the leader's judgment of situations. Most leaders will tell you that their judgment is an important part of their effectiveness in being successful. And So mindfulness taps into that. A leader can apply mindfulness based upon the situations that they face. In other words, it respects the leader's judgment about their intention. It simply serves as a reminder that they need to be aware of intention before they take action. And then also it reminds them to use attention and attitude in a way that's effective for the situation as well. So once again, it brings into their awareness, or increases their awareness of their intention, attention, and attitude, and yet it does this while respecting their judgment. Mindfulness also can be taught to followers. Leaders can teach mindfulness to followers with the same principle. It doesn't require them to change their personality or any model they've had in approaching their work. It simply brings the mechanisms of mindfulness into their awareness, and they integrate it into their behavior, and it increases their effectiveness. And that can be something that's shared with both the leader and the followers. So the followers of mindful leaders are more apt to be mindful in their own leadership and in the application of their own work behaviors. I think that alone makes it worthwhile to consider mindfulness. But there's also a big benefit in that mindfulness prepares a leader for mindful-based stress reduction, which is helpful in managing stress. I already talked about in the first blog that after decades of outsourcing, downsizing, merging, and job enlargement, most work environments today are characterized as high-stress work environments, and this is regardless of what role is being performed. Every role, and especially leadership roles, have more work to do than what is possible to do in the hours they have in any given week. And this makes intention really important. So adding a high awareness of intention, attention, and attitude, not only to leadership but to followers, makes a lot of sense. So a summary for the message this week is mindfulness is an excellent application for leaders, and I think it can be more effective because leaders are more willing to accept what it brings to their leadership than traditional leadership training. And not only that, it's something that prepares them for a high-stress work environment and allows them to share it with their followers as well. Thank you.